Hello, welcome to Sheffield Live. You are watching African Voices, and I'm your host, Bailo Jallo. This is a show where we tend to discuss the achievement and also the issues that affect Africans, both in this country and abroad. And on today's show, we are discussing about an upcoming Afro-Caribbean fashion show, which is happening in August. And it's a pleasure to introduce the organizer of the fashion show, which is Amy Bangura, who is the owner of an Afro-Caribbean boutique which specializes in producing African clothes here in Sheffield. Amy, you are welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir.
And how are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you, and welcome to our show.
Yes, thank you.
As I mentioned earlier, on today's show, we are discussing about an upcoming fashion show. And that show is happening in a month's time, in August. So, Amy, how did you come up with the idea about this Afro-Caribbean fashion show?
Well, it has always been my passion. First of all, fashion is part of my life. And, well, as most people know me in Sheffield, I've been doing a lot of stuff with some other friends. We've been doing it bit by bit until now we decided to do a bigger one, which we want to motivate our youth. And because I love working with youth and I love promoting them. So in that case, I came up with this idea. I said, okay, we can do more for the youths to come out and have their confidence than just doing a bit and relaxing. So fashion is my passion, and I love it.
Talking of wanting to work with the youths all the time and trying to promote the youth, so what would you say is the main aim of each fashion show?
The main aim is to promote the youth, and also, well, there are two things that I'm looking at. Since I've been in Sheffield for 2.5 years, I notice most African Caribbean businesses, we don't come together. So that's one of my aim, like bringing all the little businesses, smaller businesses we can call it, self-employed, from accounting to shops. It's not only about clothing, it's like a multicultural business aim. It's like I just want us to come together to show the Sheffield community that together we can do something. So we'll be able to bring out what's our talent, what we can do for the community, and how we can showcase our businesses. So it's actually full of a lot of sponsors, which is really amazing to get so many people to come together and say, okay, we can do this for Sheffield community and the surrounding.
Okay. You mentioned that you've done it before, but this time it's just a matter of making it bigger. Yeah. So how can people get involved, and what are the criteria for someone or for the people that would be involved in the fashion show? You know, what are the criteria for them to take part?
Well, in the first instance, it was a teamwork because we normally do it International Women's Week with Alicia Nang and other people. We do it as a team, and I always get involved because I do the clothing section, and they know clothing is my passion. And, well, that's what I've brought into Sheffield. I know there are a few people who are doing it, but not the way I'm doing mine. And to be honest, it's going well. So what I did was to come with the idea to do an advert on Facebook. It was so amazing just launching it on Facebook and telling people to apply. And then we got more than 50 applications who wants to do model, apart from the kids that I'm working with in Inspiring Youth Program. So there were a lot of opportunities for others and also for designers. We made it open to everybody. It was not just saying, oh, it's African thing. It was open to the whole community. I tried my best, contacted all those who were selling clothes in Sheffield. And then I sent some of them letters. And then I spoke to some of them on the phone to say, okay, this is the idea. Can we come together and do this thing? Yes, but some are still laid back, and some, but my mission is to motivate those who think, oh, things cannot work in Sheffield, but they do work. So this will be an example for everybody.
So with these clothes that people will be wearing on that day, can you just talk me through what are the kind of clothes? Because it's like, don't get me wrong, but in terms of Afro-Caribbean, being an African, you know, sometimes the culture is a bit different to that of the Caribbean culture in terms of sometimes the clothing that we wear. And being in Britain as well, in Sheffield, you know, a very multicultural society or very multicultural Sheffield. So what can people expect on that day?
Well, the expectation should be great because I've tried to target the whole of West African design. And also, I've tried to get some cultural clothes from South Africa, sorry. And, well...
you mean Southern African countries, not only South Africa?
Yeah, Southern African countries, because I know they have one similar culture. So they're going to see few ladies with the South African design. And also, because in my boutique, since November, I decided to come up with the English outfit, getting the red carpet and evening wears, party dresses. So actually, if you visit the shop, you'll notice now it's becoming more multicultural than African. So there will be all sorts of designs there, both from the English wear and African wear.
Okay. So in terms of the applications that you mentioned earlier, the 50 applications or the 50 applicants, so what's the age range like? And on that day, you know, I'm curious to know, what am I going to see?
Well, you're going to see so many things because I am somebody who takes challenges. And because of that, I've decided to try even the littlest from age 5. Some of the models are from age 5 up to age 33.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've targeted all the age groups and all the male, female, boys, girls, you know, just to motivate them. And you'll be surprised. There are some kids who their parents actually say, oh, she's shy. I say, okay, you leave that with me. I'll help them to come out. And that's my mission, you know. And to be honest, all the kids are excited. They are excited.
Okay. Well, that's well understood. Like you mentioned earlier, you know, on International Women's Day, I was one of those who visited the little fashion show that you had next to Sneak Hill Police Station. In terms of the males, you know, what to expect as well? Because on that day, all I saw were females, you know, but this time you've mentioned that there will be males as well.
Yes. Well, because that was International Women's Week, so we decided to work with girls. But this one now, because it's based on intellectual and businesses, so we can't say only female. So we've mixed the numbers, both little boys, young youths, women, and then kids. And, well, in terms of the food, I'm really trying my best to get the whole set of West African dish, the Caribbean dish, and also to get some from the Southern Africa. So it will be a mixture of everything. And the good thing with African countries, actually, we all apparently, we feed on the same meal and the same, like
menu.
Yeah, menu. So it's not much difference. And I believe also with the English people. So don't worry, you'll be having the best food of the day.
Okay, I'll come back to the food in a minute. Yeah. But in terms of the people that will be taking part, do they all have to be from Sheffield or do they have to be Sheffield residents?
Not really. I've got some models who are coming from London. And I spoke to somebody in Birmingham who is ready to bring somebody in. And, well, it was open, actually. It was open. So many people applied from London, but the problem is the distance, and they want to be paid. And since this is the new one, we don't have the capital. We don't have the funding for it. Okay. So we decided to look around, which is more easy, especially with the rehearsal. Because if you live in London, how do you come to practice? But then I came with suggestion. Most of the other kids that really lives in London, they were begging, Auntie, please, we want to stay in. So their mission now is to go to YouTube and be doing their own rehearsal. And 1 week to the fashion show, they'll be in Sheffield. So they are coming to live in my house until after the fashion show.
Wow. Yes. That tells how determined they are to take part.
Yeah, and I have to support them.
Well, definitely. Well, not if we can just go away from the models as well who will be taking part. I understand there will be other events happening on that day. You are bringing some Afrobeat artists that will be performing on that day. Can you just talk me through who will be performing and what to expect regarding the music as well?
Yes. Well, this time in Sheffield, I want to bring a bit of changes. It's a hard work, but they say hard work doesn't kill anybody. So I've decided to bring 2 sets of musician and dancing group. The one will be doing the dancing, and they're coming in a group of 6 in total. That is Caesar Sarkozy from Zimbabwe, South African background. They are coming to perform live on stage. They'll be doing 3 slots. And then we have Sugar Lulu, who is one of the top stars from Sierra Leone.
Wow.
And she's well known in the UK, in London, and in Europe. She always go for a tour in Europe. So I think everybody should fasten their seatbelt and get your ticket. Don't miss out. This is Sheffield. Sheffield is too quiet, you know. We have to light it up with a bit of African-Caribbean beat.
I'm not trying to like undermine the others, but talking of Sugar Lulu, which I know a little bit myself, how did you try to convince all of them to take part in this event?
Well, I've never met Sugar Lulu apart from seeing her performing on the TV or listening to her DVDs and listening to her songs on the set. Well, I have to go through another media in London and also through somebody in Holland. Through connections to get Sugar Lulu. And the moment I called her, I explained to her, I said, listen, you are my sister. I know you don't know me, but life is full of challenges. I'm doing this. And it has never happened in South Yorkshire for Africans to do something like this. Can you come up and support? Like, she was a bit speechless, but she said, oh, okay. The person that sent you to me, I can't say no. I just have to support. And I actually went extra mile and told her, listen, because this side of UK is quiet when it comes to the African activities. So can you come and also promote yourself? I think that's also the easiest way I got her. And I said, let's promote our country and then do something for South Yorkshire. And then all of a sudden she said, I'm in. Talking of that, I guess she's never been to South Yorkshire, I believe. Well, I think she told me she's been once to visit friends. Okay. She's got 1 or 2 friends in Sheffield. Wow, so, well, that makes it easier. That makes it easier for her, so... But then she was excited, and she's still excited. She keeps on calling, how is it going, what's happening? She's also doing publicity in London, trying to get people here in Sheffield. So Sheffield, we should not wait until London people come and take the hall, eh? So we should do our own best and then support the whole function. Okay, the event is happening on the 3rd of August, which is, I guess, is on a Saturday. On Friday. On a Friday. Yeah. Right, and which is probably about less than 4 weeks now. Yep. So how's the preparation going? Well, so far so good. I've got a good team that is helping, and I've got like 3 salons who are really supporting, and they are also sponsors in the group. That is Alicia Nang, Pelagi, and also I've got Vicky Saloon. These are top African salons in Sheffield who we always work together. We try to put things together and make things work. And I've got a few people like Mr. Sheikha, who is one of our eldest people in the Sierra Leone community, Zainab Din. We've been as a team to do the job. And also there's a great guy that I can't miss out. That is Alaji K from Birmingham, who is very, very active. In fact, he's one of the person that any question I ask, he's always there to give me the answer and say, Mama Afro, we have to do this, we have to do that, you know? And there's a great team, so we're busy meeting every week, 2 times in a week. I've just come from Africa last Friday to do all the models, their designs, and what they'll be showcasing that day. So I think everything is on track. The only thing we're waiting for now is the sales of tickets, which we're really, really busy. And I will encourage Sheffield people, you can visit me in the shop and get your tickets, or go to Alicia Nang, or call Pelagi, or Vicky, or Zainab, any of these people. Tickets are spread all over. Okay. So if you see it anywhere, just buy and be part of it. Okay. I'll come back to your trip to Africa and in terms of the ticket in a minute. Yeah. But in terms of the Caribbean community as well, I understand you've contacted few of the Miss, is it Sierra Leone, UK, and Miss, is it Jamaica? Can you just talk me through some of the people that you've contacted? Yeah, we've contacted, well, Alicia was in charge of the ones from the Caribbean. So she's contacted them. And I've contacted, well, initially Miss Africa is supposed to come. She's really preparing Miss Africa from Netherlands, Holland. Okay. She's supposed to be part of the show. She's willing and she's coming voluntarily. And I've also contacted Miss Sierra Leone, UK. Wow. Who lives in London, and she's also excited. The moment they gave me her contact, I called her. She said, okay, my sister, I'll come and support. So there are a lot of people who are willing. There's also a very strong lady in Birmingham who organize like a lot of fashion shows, organize people in London, and then she's also willing. She's willing to come and be part of it. She also organizes fashion shows everywhere.
Okay.
So, and her next mission is to do it somewhere else, which I told her I'll be with her.
Right.
We have to support.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, the event is happening at Arouge, you know, and on that day, you've got so many people coming from Sheffield, Birmingham, London. So what are some of the challenges that you're facing right now?
Well, the only challenges right now, like I say, is the sales of tickets. Because that's the only thing we're lacking behind, because if we don't know how many people will be buying tickets, then we can cater like to say rough estimate how many people will be attending to cater for the food.
Okay, so how much is the ticket?
The tickets, we've got a normal ticket, which is £30. And that includes foods and drink and for all the entertainment. You don't need to pay for anything. And we've also got the patron tickets, which is going for £50. And patron with a partner, they've got £10 discount. They'll be paying £90, which includes also, we'll be having champagne from patron to VIPs. They'll be having champagne, they'll be having wine, and they'll be having food and drinks, and they'll be looking after. You don't need to get up if you're a patron. You don't need to get up if you're a VIP.
Wow.
So that's the difference between the VIP patrons and the normal tickets.
Okay. Right. Coming back to your shop, Mama Afro shop, which you started, like you said, 2.5 years ago, you know, how is that been? How will you describe Mama Afro right now?
Well, actually, Mama Afro has started, I think, is 1 year, 8 months now.
Okay.
To be honest, I'm new in Sheffield. And for so far I've gone, I'll count myself lucky. And also, it's going well. I can't complain. Anywhere I go, it's Mama Afro. Anywhere I go, they know Mama Afro. And it's so interesting. I was in Sierra Leone at the airport, and then somebody was screaming Mama Afro. So I was just shocked to know, who is this person? Luckily, the person is from the UK. And the person said, I've been to your show. I said, okay. So the boutique is going on well. And for those who doesn't know that Mama Afro is there in Fett Park Road. So you can visit. You can visit. If I don't have anything, believe you me, I can solve your problems. There is no African clothes you can ask for that I can get for you. Even if you can't find your sizes in the shop, there's always a way. I've got tailors around who can do whatever design you want. So Mama Afro is going well, and I just say thank you to all the supporters. There are certain people, since I met them, they've never bought any African clothes anywhere. Anything they want, even if I don't have it, they will ask me to look for it. Okay. So I appreciate people.
All right, we've got less than 3 minutes for the show to finish off. But just a quick one. How was your trip to Africa? I understand you went to Sierra Leone and Ghana, you know, to try and design some of these clothes that the models will be wearing. So how was your trip?
My trip was okay. My trip was okay. It was a bit hard and difficult because of the rainy season. And, well, when you are motivated somebody and then you're working with people who work at their own pace, as we Africans, everybody knows that back home, it's not like you want this bum, 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 and then they do it for you. No, they do it at their own pace. And, but everything went well, I would say. Everything went well. It was a hectic journey, but I have to do it, and it went well. And
just a quick one, in terms of Sierra Leone, how will you describe Sierra Leone right now? As you will know, there's a new president. How is that? How is that going? Well, right now, everything is going on well. The president is trying his best, and I just hope and pray they will do more, because I was a bit worried about the youths in the streets. There are a lot of youths, and I've been trying to make contact, because there's no place like home, no matter how you look at yourself. So if I have the opportunity to help those youth, I can help them. But then you need the support from others. So that's the support I'm looking for right now. My dream is to go and help the youths, especially the girls in the streets. There are too many, and they need help. And to all Sierra Leoneans, not only Sierra Leoneans, if you have any opportunity of helping Sierra Leone, go and help. They need it. They need it. And just a final one from you for the fashion show. What would be your message? My message for the fashion show,
This is one and top show. Please, you have to grab your ticket before it's too late. Everybody know Arouge. Arouge is a very beautiful hall, and we've taken the risk, and I pray you guys would also take the risk and be part of the show. The show is for everybody in South Yorkshire, even those out of South Yorkshire. And I believe you patronize us and be part of it. Everybody is welcome. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact Mama Afro. My address is 93 Fed Park Road, S56 Whiskey Tango in Sheffield.
Okay, thank you very much.
I love you guys.
Thank you for coming. That's clear there. Unfortunately, that's all we've got time for tonight. But thank you for watching. And until next week, you have a good night.